What was that? Ah, it's just a toad, Jessica. Go back to sleep.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that might have been a Boreal Chorus frog, known to a scientific type as Pseudocris maculata.
Okay, Miss Smarty Pants. Whatever it is, why is it making that annoying noise? It's sort of like the sound when you run your finger along the top of a cone. I remember something on the magic school bus about frogs and noises. Male frogs make the sound to attract females and delineate their territories.
Yeah, that's right, Jess.
It is so loud. I feel like my ears are gonna burst.
It is loud. Those tiny little frogs can emit sounds up to 90 decibels, which actually is almost loud enough to cause damage to the human ear.
How does a tiny frog less than 1 inch in length make such a loud creak?
Pretty amazing, isn't it? The call is initiated in the larynx, or the voice box. The sound is amplified by the vocal sacs.
Huh?
So first, the frog sucks in air through his nostrils and takes back any air that might be in the vocal sacs into his lungs. And then he makes a controlled rush of air through his larynx over his vocal cords. And the vocal sacs are filled while resonating the sound. Do you want to know the coolest thing about this sound? It's airtight. There is no air that needs to be expelled during the noise. The air goes back and forth from the vocal sacs to the lungs due to muscle contraction.
Wait a minute. Vocal sacs. Are those like backpacks?
No. They're more like throat pouches. They act like speakers to amplify the sound. They're a flexible membrane that are located on the floor of the buccal cavity.
Bugle, whatever.
No, buccal means mouth. They are located on the floor of the mouth. There's 2 slits on either side of the tongue where air can enter the vocal sacs.
I already knew that. Voices come from the vocal cord. Duh! Of course I knew that. It's the same as humans. And I like singing, so I know all about it.
Becky, actually, there's a bit more to human sound than just vocal cords. Human voices are produced by 3 parts: the lungs, the vocal cords within the larynx, and the articulators. The lungs need adequate airflow and pressure to vibrate the vocal cords, which are a vibrating valve that chops the air into audible pulses, forming sounds. The muscles of the larynx adjust the length and tension of the vocal cords, fine-tuning the pitch and tone of the sound. The articulators, meaning the tongue, lips, cheeks, and palate, articulate and filter the sound being emitted from the larynx. They also adjust the strength of the sound.
So the biggest difference between frogs and us humans is that humans are limited by the breath that they can take, where frogs don't need to respire to make a sound. After all, they've got their skin for that.
Hey, guess what, you science geeks? While you were nerding out on science, I've been doing a little research of my own. Here, I found a sonogram.
Boreal Chorus frog lived in the swamp. One day he wanted to have some flies to eat, so he went up onto a log and he stuck out his big tongue at one and he ate.
Well, look who's nerding now.
And did you know that we have to endure every sound the Boreal Chorus frog makes? Because humans have an audible range of 20 hertz, all the way to 20 kilohertz.
Yeah, those Boreal Chorus ladies are a little bit more fortunate. They have a smaller auditory range that lets them narrow in on those hot croakers.
It's not so bad now that I know what it is.
I kind of like it.
Yeah. It can be continuous for days.
Oh. Okay, seriously? Now I have to pee.